I might leave it up there just because I do. But let's get to the conclusion. It is not complicated to keep track of the energy and emissions KPI. It isn't. It's pretty straightforward. And when I do that, that allows me to tie to something on the P&L. One of the biggest costs in operating a business is not headcount. And for that, I absolutely do not like Elihu Goldratt, the man who said, if you are going to tell me that you're saving me money in a company, show me how many heads you've cut from the organization. That's summarized, but it's basically his statement. He saw it the way a lot of MBAs see it, is reduced headcount. So that's why you're seeing all the layoffs right now. It has nothing to do with actual needs. It's we need to drive our prices up because we're not showing any other return. So we need to eliminate people instead and make our remaining people do work 2-3 times as hard. And oh, by the way, we'll toss in that we're using AI to replace those people, which is normally not true. So, yeah. And AI, there is no freaking AI. I keep, it frustrates me more than anything else. Machine learning and data science is what it really is. And people are making these tools up because it's really easy to do it since 2022 using what they call vibe coding. And now we got, I'll call them vibe consultants. And I'm not talking about vibration, that's VIB. VIBE is the same thing as a vibe programmer, meaning they put shit into ChatGPT or whatever and say, blah, whatever it tells them. And people accidentally follow that crap. And we see the results of it. We've seen the results of anomaly detection. I've been out more times lately than not because people have bought into stuff and it doesn't work. And then we have to go in and help them sort out the disasters. We're actually about to triple the size of our offices, or maybe we won't because everybody's on the road anyways, but neither here nor there. So next week I get to go to Argonne National Labs and talk about the reliability on the utility side of power generation. And then the week after, going to the Hill to say, "Arg, what are you guys doing?" On energy and related topics, primarily in the power generation side. But really, this is a big piece of this, right? So, folks, if you want to have an impact, and this is where I summarize everything. If you want to have an impact on your job, maintaining your job, getting what you need, the resources you need for your reliability and maintenance program, I extremely, highly recommend tying it to something that corporate will understand. Now, and those things include energy, right? No, you need to do OEE and this and that and the other thing and EBITDA and all this other crap. And I've taken all the courses and all that stuff, and I've looked at it and I go, nobody listens to this stuff unless you're investing in a company. You know, EBITDA or whatever, however you want to pronounce it, basically is a number that overinflates the value of a company. Didn't exist a few years ago, and now it's everywhere because people want more money for less. It's just like the time I went and was going to buy a vibration company because I needed to expand, and this is in the early days prior to 2008. And so I went out there and I was about to purchase the company, and I said, okay, I've done a valuation on your company. Here's how much it's worth. And they came back and they wanted 100 times what I said. And I go, where the heck did you get this? You guys are in debt. You're about to go bankrupt. Why on earth would I pay you that money? Well, I built the company. Okay, that's fine, but the company doesn't have that kind of value. Well, but I know what you could do with it. Well, but you're not putting that investment in. I am. So this is my success, not your success. I just wanted the equipment and the people already in place. I couldn't use his customers because he didn't have any left. He'd scared them all off. So, when I start seeing that stuff, it's like, I want to see real numbers. And why I say you have to measure it, because you can't manage what you can't measure, right? We have all heard that. But let's take lighting. Lighting's my favorite, because we just did one recently in a warehouse where we discovered that the lighting company, because it's all done by calculation, okay, we're going to put in so many LED lights, and they put the cheap shit in, and we're going to replace your high bay lights with these LED lights. They put it in, they put the wrong temperature light in, that's color temperature. And so it was glaring, it was rough on the eyes and everything else. And the energy costs went up by 1%, not down by the 20 they claimed, because of all the harmonics that were present, because they didn't mitigate the harmonics. We got the 20%, but it cost them more because we had to put filters in. We were called in after the fact. But neither here nor there. In any case, energy emissions has a huge impact. It's going to reduce the cost of operation for your company. If you tie it to your reliability and maintenance program, you're more apt to not find that you're the first ones laid off. If you can show that value to your company, great. If you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. I will continue doing successful programs. I will continue keeping my customers' employees employed. You go do your thing. I'll probably meet you at a new company when you can find work. So that's neither here nor there. By the way, like and subscribe this, because I'm going to forget to say that. In the meantime, yeah, we help people in this stuff.